Come and get started on a new mission, a new direction, a new intention. Welcome to 5.8G Alive at Connections 50 Plus. I am Terry-Ann Joseph Brathwaite.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, catering to all your prospects in the third act of life.
Economic well-being, social gratification, personal fulfillment.
Join us on Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Connections 50 Plus Facebook page, YouTube channel,
and on Gael the Caribbean.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Connections 50 Plus 5.8G Alive. I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, one of the co-creators of Connections 50 Plus, and as usual, with me is my colleague.
Hi and hello, everyone. I am Terry-Ann Joseph Brathwaite. Nice to be here and welcome everybody. Okay, Jan, how are you going?
I am doing great. I'm doing very great. Darren, last week, for those of our viewers, last week we had a very, very interesting, informative show with Maria Elias, our dietitian, and the feedback was so good. And let me tell you, I actually took action. Those who may have the issue like me and hypertensive, and Maria spoke about the beet. And beet is something I don't use at all. I actually went and I bought beet and have been looking at the herbs I had now and putting it within my food. So, yeah.
Beautiful.
So I'm sure many of you all doing the same. So Terry-Ann, that was really, for me, I felt really motivated to take action, about my health.
And the thing about it, we got so caught up in our discussion with Maria that some people have asked, how can I talk to her? Because normally we would have you. So for those who want to contact Maria, here's how you can do it. And Jennifer, so what's the next step with our adventures in food?
Well, we plan to have, of course, as a follow-up, we're going to have a chef, qualified chef, to show us how we can use all our local ingredients and make that healthy dish, like what, have our plate now with the nice colors as Maria. We have the carbohydrates, we have many things. It's four. We divide that plate into 4 sections. Terry-Ann is the foodie, yeah?
Three.
But
and one word I will never describe a meal as healthy. Food is food.
No, I focus on healthy. It makes a difference to me. When I look at the plate, I feel good knowing that this is not just me eating, but eating healthy.
But
For me, it makes a
Jennifer,
difference.
that's one view. But I know for many people, and I think people would have noticed, Maria used a different word, healthful. Because healthy
Yes, she did.
restrictive. It has come to mean compromised, unappealing, sacrificed. And to be healthy, it means you have an illness and you can't do this.
Yes, that's true. Some people look at it like that. Yeah, most people actually look at it like that. Yeah.
If your food is wholesome, if your food, as Maria said, is not over processed, if you are close to the source of your food, so it came from the market or it came from your garden. And as she said, because the food is not processed, you can put your salt in the food. I mean, not going to put a pot of salt in the food. You can put your salt. You can use your herbs. And the herbs have so many micronutrients that just totally satisfy. And Jennifer, I will give you a joke. I will give you a joke. And I put in this here and I don't know what my children will do. So I have my little garden. And I have broccoli, cauliflower, and pak choy green. And I wanted to do greens. And I cut the leaves. I don't cut the whole pak choy plant. So I only had about 6 pak choy leaves. And I know you can eat the leaves of the broccoli and the cauliflower. The leaves are delicious. Girl, I picked off the leaves. So in total, I got to tell you, I had about 8 or 9 pak choy leaves and about 30 broccoli and cauliflower leaves. and I cut up everybody into ribbons and sorted it. And Jennifer, it was the most delicious thing. It was the
Yes.
most delicious thing. And I am saying, how many times now I have planted and you take off the flower and you throw away all of that.
And you throw the leaves, yeah.
Right now, the poor broccoli and cauliflower plant catching the tail because each one must have 3 leaves left to try and create the little flower. And I think that is one of the advantages and benefits of being close. So when you go to the market and you see the cauliflower with the leaves, don't argue with the vendor and saying you're robbing me. What you weighing leaves for? Those leaves are delicious.
Yes, you say it adds to the weight.
They are delicious
Yeah.
and nutritious. Do not throw them away. Cut them up and cook them. Put them in your salads, put them in your stews, put them in your sautés, and so on. You know, we really, really have to, I think the key is have it close to you and not processed. So whether it's out of your yard, out of the garden, and it's real and it does so much for you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I am really looking forward to our chef coming on board and showing us all what we can do and how we can easily, cook without feeling stressed.
You know, one of the things is sometimes I think people would, and this is me, and it will come out more with the chef. We look at cooking as certain recipes that we've grown up with. So we boil the rice, we bake the chicken, we do, and we I think once you have the different methods of cooking, so braise, grill, sear,
Yes.
parboil and bake, you know, all of that changes how food tastes and is presented. And we're not talking about the herbs. So, you know, and that is what makes food different. So not hopefully, definitely when our chef comes on board, we are going to have a great time. So,
Yeah.
Jennifer, what we doing today? We have to remind people, Jennifer, about what's coming up. So,
Oh, yes. We have our Emancipation Gala coming up. And listen, Terry, and actually, let me say this. Let me put a plug for our tribe. I got a call this morning. Say, oh, coach, I'm at the bank. I'm ready to pay. I'm going to pay. And guess what? I can't remember how much. She said, I know it's 300 and something. I just say it's 385. She said, only that? Okay. So that was nice. The excitement is there. The excitement is in the air. I think a lot of calls coming in. And yes, I even got a call from someone saying, oh no, I want to get an outfit. What about if I don't have an outfit? I say, you must get something in your cupboard to come with, So the excitement is there. The excitement is there, and we're all excited. And to remind you all, it's on Sunday, the 28th, and we will play the ad for you all. So you'll get all the details. So yeah, the excitement building.
We've met with Carl Jacobs, and Carl is excited. His chef is coming up with the menu, and they've accepted our challenge to create an Afro-Caribbean extravaganza to match our galas.
Yeah, and soon we will reveal the entertainment, who we will have on.
Definitely. So just learn to dance, learn to sing, and get your Afrobeats karaoke game going. So we are going to have a lot of fun.
Hi, 5.8G Tribe, get ready for Connections 50 Plus Emancipation Gala. Yes, are you ready? Tarian, let's tell them all about it.
Definitely, July 28th. We are back at the Cafe Blue. Oh, that beautiful location.
Yes.
It's convenient, it's accessible, and you know when we go to the Cafe Blue, it means vibes. But Jennifer, this time we having different vibes because we are partying.
We're partying from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. All about lots of vibes and party.
Yes, the DJ is going to be up and tuned, and while we're partying, we want to make sure that we come out looking how we had a lot of cuts. It's emancipation, so we want you to get the kit out. And Jennifer, what surprises we have in store for those who dress up and party?
Listen, We have enough course, lots of entertainment. And guess what? Prizes for all different type of things. Could do some African dance, model, sing, lots of fun. And guess what? I leave in Terrian to tell you all about the food.
Listen, this is a gala. It is emancipation. So it's not brunch. It is a 3-course meal, Afro and Caribbean inspired. And we know that the chefs at Cafe Blue could really deliver. So come out, expect some real, authentic African food with the Caribbean flavor, because we know emancipation is what created us to be in where we are. And we are going to have a ball. We are going to have live entertainment, music, dancing. And Jennifer, all of this.
Only $385. You know what? Listen to me. We always told them we get so much for your money. We continue to give you lots for that little bit of money. Yes.
Good. So put it on your calendars. July 28th, 3 to 7. We partying with Connections 50 Plus in our Emancipation Gala, which includes a 3-course dinner. And of course, non-alcoholic beverages will be free to you. And we are vibing, dressing up and looking great, having fun.
Coming out. So secure your tickets early. Give us a call, Jennifer, at 685-8834, or you can also call Terrian.
682-9202. We're looking forward to vibing with you.
All right, see you there. Remember, we told you all when we had our first tribe member, I have to say, was Joanne Carrington. And Joanne, the feedback again was really, really great. And we said we will continue for you all to listen, because any day you may get that call from us inviting you to come on as a guest. So we were very fortunate to have one of our really loyal tribe members, of Connections 50 Plus. Come on, would be on today. We're going to chat with her now. So listen up, and you will get some great information as she shares her story with us.
Definitely.
Hi, as mentioned, we promise always to have one of our tribe to come on as guests. And we started that about 2 weeks ago when we had Joanne. And we want to welcome this week other tribe member. And we have with us Nancy Lee Fook.
A long-standing tribe member.
Yes.
It was a new
very
one.
long from beginning.
OG, original lang.
And Nancy is still working, Nancy is an insurance sales agent, and Nancy here to chat with us about being on to that stage and still working. So Nancy, welcome. Yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Terry Ann.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure to contribute today.
Yeah. Yes.
Excellent.
So Nancy, let me start by asking you, what do you think? When you say retirement, then people say retirement, and retirement conjure out a different meaning to different people. Tell me, when we say retirement, what do you think?
For me, retirement was yes from my full-time job, employment, but I always said that I could not completely be out and just do nothing. That's what I thought retirement would be otherwise. So I decided that because the company offers employment beyond retirement, but with less specifications. In other words, I don't have to be at this hour, at this meeting. I could do it how I want. I could be very flexible. And that flexibility was so appealing. I said, why not? It gave me the opportunity to get income, to do all the things that I want to do. But it also, I had something to do. I love what I do. I wanted to
Right.
continue doing that. I love the people that I interact with. I love sharing what I have to share. So I decided getting out of that retirement, that income earning activity was not for me, not for me anyway. So that's retirement for me. Still involved, still serving, which I love. And yes, still have the flexibility to say, you know what, not today, tomorrow, 3 times a week, whatever. So that's my idea of retirement.
Yeah, so Nancy, coming, so this is great to ask you this question from what you have said. How was it on the moving from the second act stage into the third act stage for you?
You know, it was a very easy transition because I felt that I had long ago planned what I was going to do because I knew what the company offered. It was not a problem. I don't know. I just felt that I needed to continue. I enjoyed it, so I should continue. So I just transitioned very easily. Thank God. I know that everybody isn't as fortunate as I am or I was. So it was good to transition. Not a problem at all. Mentally, I was prepared. Physically, I was prepared. I still feel I have life, Jennifer and Terry Ann. Lots of life.
Nancy, can I ask that question in this way? Because we often, and I love the fact that you are on this third act and continuing in part-time retirement. And one of the things that we often talk about is that difference between the second act and the third act. So while you're continuing on a part-time or more flexible terms with your previous employer, outside of that which generates economic benefits, is your life different? Have you been able to set different goals, new priorities on this third act stage versus what you would have, how your life would have been while you were there full-time and subject to the times and the quotas and all that kind of stuff?
But of course, because remember, I have so much more time to do what I want to do and enjoy socially.
Yeah.
And I think that is a plus. Not only that, remember that when up until that 60 or whatever your company's retirement age is, you have so many more commitments that you need to meet. So at this point, I have grown adult sons. I have the only commitment I really have is to an aged parent, because I am the one that a part-time caregiver.
You're the primary caregiver.
But part-time, part-time, because thank God we have a facility where, she can be taken care of during the day. So I think that part of my life, I feel so much freer to just enjoy and do and make decisions and go here and travel. And it's a whole different lifestyle that I enjoy now. And because I always enjoyed socializing, it just gives me the opportunity to do so. With one setback though, I have to plan it properly, because if I am not around, I have to get someone to care for my mom during the period. So I think that should be.
I wonder if I can set the cat amongst the canaries here, as I am one to do, Nancy, and ask take us into an area. Because Jennifer, one of the challenges that many of us on our third act stage face with separation is this issue of being responsible for aged parents.
Yeah.
And many of us exchange the burden of career and family for the burden of caring for aged parents. And in both instances, there is not room for life. You seem to have been able to manage that, still be able to care for the parent, still have a life, still have a means of getting the income. So can I ask you to talk about your view of those conflicts and challenges and
Yeah.
how you have worked out the solution so that everybody is happy?
So I have worked it out because I have 3 siblings.
Mhm.
One was always ready to dip his hand in his pocket if I needed extra income to pay for a caregiver to do whatever, do that. So it's my only brother, and he was always able and ready to support in that way. I mean, men, they couldn't
Mhm.
see themselves really caring. If I said, okay,
He'll
give
provide.
mom this, yeah. If I say give mom the sandwich, not a problem. But don't ask for anything more than giving mom a sandwich. Don't tell me anything else. So I have 2 sisters. And so I have made it quite clear that it is not only my responsibility, I do it because I am here at home. But when I need to go out and I need to have a life beyond this is where you have to, and there are no ifs, buts, or otherwise. I have made it clear that it is necessary. So maybe because I have options, I have been able to do all that I need to do.
Mhm.
Maybe it's because of the option, and maybe because we are a really close family and we all understand and care for each other and care for what happens with my mom. We all do it without any, do it freely and lovingly.
Yeah.
Nancy has
But
said
I
some
also
maybes.
hear
Okay.
in Nancy, Nancy also drew a line somewhere. They love each
I'm now
other,
about to say that,
but they
Terry-Ann,
drew a line.
because definitely with all the maybes, I want to add that you did not see yourself as a martyr and feel that you are number one daughter who have to take all the responsibility for all the, I don't want to say the glory, but you're not looking for no praise and things to say, oh, you sacrificing. No, you made it clear. And that is what I like what I hear, because from some stories I've heard that some of the children feel that there's one who always feel that they're taken over because they have more love than anybody else, and they feel they alone can do it. And what you have said also, which we speak about a lot, is that you also didn't feel that you had reached retirement and you have to give up and be home with your mom. You put things in place where you have a facility that you trust, that she can go into full for the entire day, and you and your sisters can continue with your lives. And that, to me, those are critical decisions that you have made there. Yeah.
Family discussion,
Yeah.
always family discussion, open family discussion.
Yeah.
And I think it's not impossible.
Yeah. Nancy, again, I'm probing. I am the Mako insider here and the fly on the
Mhm.
wall, because very
I
often,
am okay with it.
we say, and Jennifer and I always have this discussion, these family discussions. And I really
Mhm.
believe that, it sounds like a rational people sit together and everyone put all the options on the table and we think about, when in truth and in fact, those family discussions may not be like that. Is your family the storybook family, or is the family where somebody has to pull people square, and notwithstanding love underscores everything? Because I
Yeah.
think this is one of the challenges that people have. So what is that family discussion like?
And I will be honest.
Yes.
No, I'll be honest. I'm not going to call it storybook, but I have I will be honest and say that we do care and willingly.
Nice.
What I have been told to is, unless it's an emergency, let me know in advance. On the other side, let me know in advance. And I have
Yeah.
no problem with that.
Yeah.
So if I
Yeah.
have to do something on the 26th of July or at the beginning of the month, I'm saying, this is what I have to do. It's going to be from this time to this time. Who will be available to do this? I understand that we all have our own lives.
Mhm.
And so therefore, planning is necessary.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it's storybook because maybe, so, and then another thing is I'm the eldest. I don't know. And because I'm the eldest and I am very clear about things, I state things and I expect a positive
Yeah.
reaction.
Can't sit back and
What I will tell you, I expect a positive, and that I don't even want to think that I will hear anything that will not be negative. So
And,
that was
and, and you're not just rolling over. Yeah.
no, no. Remember, I told you that I volunteer and do what I have to do.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
therefore, when I want to do something else, I expect that someone will step in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it
I'm
is.
very forceful about those things.
Yeah. No, I think that's the key, Jennifer. So many of us
Mhm.
sometimes are afraid to set those parameters. And whether you're the first, the last, in my family, I'm the last. And they say, you're the CEO, you're the bulldog, but it emphasizes the fact that some parameters have to be set to guide the behavior of everyone,
Yeah.
even with all the love. Yeah. Very good.
Yes, so a retirement is for me to really enjoy as well, because now everybody's retired, so I have to enjoy as well.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is because I am at home. At home is a difference to if I'm visiting. If the others are visiting, I'm at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is where I think if you don't set the parameters, you could be a little flowback. I don't know what to tell you. You can be. You understand?
Nancy also mentioned that you like to travel and you travel.
Mhm.
And again, that is a concern. Some people tell you, oh, I can't go anywhere. I can't travel. I can't. And who would be the one day? And in cases where you may have siblings, but because of the duration of your travel, they may not be able to stay, maybe do the nights, etc. How do you again handle that to make that decision? Listen, I still going, travel
Yeah.
wherever I want to.
And because I have an income beyond my pension, I make sure that if I have to, I can do what I have to. And
Yeah.
I believe if it is that you like to do something, you can create ways to generate income that will allow you to do the things that you want to do. I see in Trinidad and Tobago now because I check out social media. People are forming, they do all sorts of things to
Yeah.
get extra income. There are opportunities beyond for you to get it so that you can do the things you want to do beyond your pension. And
Yeah.
so when I have to put my hand in my pocket, I'll do it because I want to go, like I have a son who lives abroad. And if I want to spend money to go abroad, I don't want to do it for a week or two. I may
Yeah.
sometimes want to do it for a month or two. So what I make sure that I have the finances to be able to fund the entire trip, including what would happen at home. Yeah.
And your mom survived during those 2 months. Caregivers come in and yeah.
But what I was careful about is choosing And what I'm always careful about choosing caregivers that she is familiar with. Not that she is going to know who they are, but the care I know that they will give, I'm very comfortable with that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that she is comfortable, she is familiar with the sound of the voices. By the way, my mom is also blind, other than having dementia. So it's a really a double challenge for her,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So I'm very careful about the person I select to fit in and fall in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nancy, there is something that is so real inside of there that I think we miss, which makes you really another fantastic poster child for this 5.8G generation, which is that our money is there to provide us with the life that we have and all the things that are needed for the life. And most people, a lot of people, let me just say most people, would say, I am not taking my money to pay for any caregiver that will allow me to go on that vacation. Deny themselves the vacation. That's I call that being
Yeah.
bad mind with your money. You know what you want to do. You have the resources, and I have to so commend you because it's clear that you understand what your life must look like and the things
Yeah.
that are happening in your environment. All right, they're in the environment. There are things to be managed. There are things to be organized, but they're not things to prevent you from having the life you have, especially as you have the resources. And that view of what is money for,
Yep.
I think
Right.
is critical. And so let me ask you the question. When you look at the money that you have, what is it for? It's your
You
money.
know something? It's my money for my enjoyment. I know I have read many times that you should enjoy what you have. Forget you have during your earlier years, you would have made sure that your children are prepared for their adult life. And
Yeah.
if I have prepared them for their adult life, what am I bothering now about what I will do? I had to leave. I'm not saying that I will leave them without
You would
something.
abandon
I mean,
them.
a little gift, a little gift. But I'm not going to deny myself
Yeah.
at all. So if it's 2 cents, they have to get at the end of it, they get 2 cents. But you see the $10, let me enjoy the $10. You understand?
And if
And
paying
Yeah.
a
that's
caregiver
mhm.
for mommy, for you to have
Oh,
peace of mind while you go enjoying yourself,
Yeah.
that is a part of the $10 well spent.
oh, is it well spent? Because if I didn't spend it, what I'm going to do? Stay here, keep it, look at it, and be frustrated. And
And get vexed
no,
with her.
no, no. And take it out on her, and that is not, and it's not kind. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not saying I'm not saying I'm the perfect caregiver. There are times that I lose it, but sit and because I understand I'm a broken person, I ask God for forgiveness many times. I say I could have
Yeah.
done that differently. I speak to myself and I speak to him. I say I know I could have done that differently. You know what I mean? But
Now, see, that's great because we work hard and we save for our retirement days. And here we are now within this period of time at this stage, and still you're holding on. Some people still holding on.
yeah, yeah.
I heard a story yesterday. It was I was speaking with a friend and was telling me a situation, and she was saying, this person she was referring to said, "What she's already listened. She reached 80. She worked hard. She have this and she have that, but she won't want. She don't want to leave the house. She don't want to buy anything. Why she wasting money on this and then complaining about others who she see her age and they could still do this and they could still do that. And my friend was saying, she's telling her, what you holding on again for? And she's studying well. The grandchildren will need this and the children need this. So she given giving them to enjoy themselves, and she holding back on her quality of life. So this is critical for us to start to think differently. And I really like, I'm in total agreement with what you're doing. Nancy, let me ask this question too, as we are on this point. What would you say to this time of your life would be the real highlights of being at this in the third act stage?
You know what I think? It's just the freedom to choose whatever I want to be. I think that is so wonderful. You could not, let us agree here that you couldn't do it in the earlier years,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So that freedom to say, let me join, they're going on a river line, let me go on that river line. Oh, you see
Mhm.
that emancipation. So the freedom to be
Yeah.
able to choose to do is what I think is so wonderful. And and two, I I like I like socializing. Oh God. I like to be with a set of people that I can enjoy. I could relax. You could just be yourself.
Yeah.
And I no pretensions about anything. I don't want to be, and I could lime at the very basic. I don't have to be hobnobbing with who. I don't have to go here because it's a way you could be seen. I want to go and enjoy wherever. So if I want to go to there and I'm enjoying it, I'm going to do it. But if I could go to a simple tea party with my friends. We going to support something and I'm enjoying it. That's it. The freedom to choose where you go, what you go, not because of, but because you want to.
Yeah.
I think that is in total what I
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
yeah.
lot of us are, they say, people talk, young people, I want to be free. I want to be free. And they think freedom comes, it's loose and there are no bounds. And I think it is only when we get to this stage that we can take the responsibility of freedom to choose. And we
Yeah.
can, some of us can comfortably say, my choice is me. A lot of us want that to be the choice, but we are afraid. And I just love
Yeah.
what you said. You have, at this stage, your children are adults. For good, bad, richer, poorer, sickness, health, where they are, they are. And most
Mhm.
likely, we will go and they will continue on the path that has been settled. We're not going to be with them for eternity.
No,
And
no. They
you
have
know,
to make a life.
yeah, and even though it mightn't be what we dreamt of or what we
True.
approve of and all
True.
those things, the fact of the matter is that we have to continue. I was telling Jennifer and Nancy, I was also giving Nancy the story this weekend. Our family was rattled to the core by one of the family close friends, the one who was least expected. The youngest one dropped dead, dropped dead. And, it brought home the point, and I'm going to bring something in here. You went to church this weekend, and we're talking about the prophet Amos, and he's happy doing what he's doing. And then God decided, no, I want you going left with your sycamore trees and
Yep.
your shepherds. I want you to go right. Drop it and go right. And we believe, like, this path that we're choosing, we are the architects, the controllers of every
Mhm.
single thing. And we don't know how to let go of those old responsibilities and enjoy the fruits of our labor
Yeah.
and be open to encounter whatever comes to us, whether it is through travel, whether it is through picking up a new skill, not afraid to meet new people,
Mhm.
all those things, that freedom of choice and being strong enough to say, I take ownership of the choices that I make, and therefore I'm going to have a good time. I think that's a challenge on this stage.
But I want to say here that maybe when, remember, we are children, that we have our parents as role models and so on. And so when you have a parent who, when you recognize now, was strong, did the things, maybe that's why I have to say that about my mother. You know, she was an excellent guide. She was the kind of, maybe she has the kind of personality that I have adopted, you know. And so that's why today I can do the things and be as strong about it. So I thank God for that. Because remember, we are not all nurtured in that same type of environment. So
Yes.
our nurturing is probably such an important part that will speak about the person I am later on.
Yes, yes.
So I thank God for that part. You know what I mean? On top of that, I have had some real bounces in life. I've been up, I've been down, I've been knocked, but I got up. I've had people surrounding me that helped me to get up. I have had my spiritual life that has become so much a part, because our life, you better divide that into all the little parts, the spiritual, you know what I mean? So
Yep.
it has allowed me to know and make choices that I'm older now, so I'm wiser now.
Yes.
I'm not saying that when I was young, I made the perfect choice, but because, thank God, I understood that you can't make the same choices and things will be different.
Once
Thank
you make
God.
a choice, you own it.
Yeah, you own it, and thank God
You own it.
you sit down, you assess, and you make a decision how you're moving forward.
Yeah.
And so I thank God that I had all those persons in my life
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
really helped to make me stronger. And I always tell Jennifer too, because I know Jennifer from back to school, but I also worked with her. Jennifer was really a vital part of that, because Jennifer was a single parent as well. And and she was a perfect role model, because Jennifer had that attitude, and so birds of a feather flocked together. So I just was in, and I understood where she was going, and I followed, and always had a great example there. So I have had great people to support me when I was knocked down, when I was on my high, where everybody. Lovely support.
Nancy, that's great, and thank you. But tell us, I know you're on the field too, and you a bit of experience doing your retirement counseling. What you from your experience, what you would say if you have to identify maybe two main challenges that people keep, or concerns that people keep telling you about, what would it be? What would it be?
I think that people have an income and they are not prepared to truly sit down and assess what they have, what is important, what they can do with it. Because we can't, remember when you're younger, you have your children, you can't do everything. You
Right.
cannot do and there is some kind of sacrifice that you have to make. Yes, you might want to travel, but traveling with two children just couldn't happen. So you look to go on a holiday that's less expensive, but that everybody will enjoy. But I think what people want to do, they want to have they have their bills, they have the thing. They know they probably can't afford to do the travel, so they'll put themselves, let me get on to speaking properly. They'll put themselves in debt to be able to do what they cannot afford to do. There are things
Yes.
that you can afford to do and things that cannot afford to do. This is what you have. You have $10. Like I tell my younger son, you have $10. Divide that $10 carefully. You want to
Yeah.
do something in the future? Put aside $1. so that you can get to that point.
Yep.
But don't spend it all now and expect down the road you're going to have, unless you want to do something illegal. And I'm very clear on that. If you're doing something illegal, check out the consequences of that as well. I mean, I'm very serious,
Nope.
you know.
Yeah.
So I tell clients, you have to look at what you are spending the dollars on.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. Check out and see what is really very important. There are things you can't avoid,
Mm-hmm.
but then there are things you could cut back on. So you
Yeah.
have cable, so don't have all the channels on cable. Have a few, a basic package that you could still enjoy. So you could a couple dollars there, you could cut back on. When you're making it, when you're going to the supermarket, check your list, plan your meals, do those things. And I think if people would focus on the way they spend, it will give them an opportunity to be able to set aside the income for retirement so that they can enjoy the third act,
Mm-hmm.
right? They can, and then to you again, if you feel that you can't do it completely on what you earn, I see many people, as we say, acquiring skills that will get
Yeah.
them to do the little extra job that will give them a little extra income. You
Yeah.
have to be very practical, you know. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be you have to be honest with yourself and be practical.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us, that is so true. Um, and another thing that we do, we'd probably do it for ourselves, huh? We'd probably, that cutting back, we do for ourselves, but in the cutting back, we are denying ourselves and facilitating children. And
Oh,
I think one of the things we're not doing is preparing them for, so in the early stages of your third act, the 50 to 60,
Yeah.
you might be overcompensating and
mhm,
compromising your savings to
mhm,
placate and
mhm,
entertain the children and the grandchildren. And you're not
mhm,
realizing you're setting yourself up for a problem. Might not be so much between 60 and 70, but you see, between 70 and 80, it's going to come
Yeah.
back to bite you, and it comes back to that awareness of self, um, and making choices and owning the choices. I really, really do appreciate that your centeredness in understanding who you are,
Yeah.
where you're going, and how your resources are to be used for your choices to love all the people that you care for,
mhm,
including yourself.
mhm,
You
mhm.
know? Yeah.
Certainly, certainly.
So Nancy, we come to the question. So we all on the third act stage, and you have been one of our loyal followers from day one. What, tell us how you feel about, about this program, about what we do on Connections 50 plus.
Because I have listened to a few of the programs, I never understood that there were, and because I think differently, I never understood that there were people who had issues, the same issues that you all have now brought to the fore. So I believe that you all are doing a wonderful job of really bringing issues to the fore that people can understand that no, things can be done differently, you know?
Yeah.
Um, even the programs that deal with mental health, I don't know. I don't know. I sometimes wonder. I don't get depressed. I don't feel that if I have an off day, that I stay there too long. There's something that allows me to bounce back very easily. Um, I do believe that because I have a deep faith in a creator, a God who I know that his word is there and I can rely, it gives me a sense of hope to go on so that I don't have the mental issues and the depression and the things that you talk about. But I recognize that they have to be, you have to have those topics because there are people who cannot and, and don't have the capability to even try to do something different. So I
Yeah.
appreciate what you all do. I think you have provided a platform for people to just say what they have to say, speak.
Yeah.
And we have to be able, and that's another thing. I say what I have to say so freely. I don't hold anything back. I feel you cannot hold things back because whatever you're holding back will be there getting worse. It's what you call people
Eating away at your inside.
Festering,
It's
festering.
festering. So it must fester. So I believe this platform gives people an opportunity to hear somebody else openly
Yeah.
talk about things that are very personal to them, but also gives them an opportunity to express themselves.
Yeah.
You know, um, I do believe that there are many people who are loners, and so therefore, when you all organize these, I let me put it this way: I have never been afraid to go out with a girlfriend because I don't feel I have to have a male escort, right? So if I call a girlfriend and say, they're having this thing here, let's go now. I could easily do that. But I don't think there are many people, women, because I'm going to speak for women, who can do that freely and be comfortable. So if you organize something for them and that they know that, what, this group is a fun group, because I've been part of it, I want to go to do that.
Yeah.
So you all have to keep on doing what you're doing. I truly believe you have to keep on doing because there are so many out there who don't know how to handle life.
Yeah.
And let me be as blunt as that. They really don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know. So I appreciate, and I think you all have done something. You all are providing a service that we really can't even begin to pay you all. You know what I mean? We can't begin to pay you. Okay? But I do
Nancy.
believe those are the three things when I think about it that you all have contributed to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy, I'm so happy to, that you're here with us and can share the stories. And I am sure that our listeners, our tribe, do appreciate you sharing the stories and have learned, as you said, many, listening to you, so oh, shucks, I wanted to do that. I wanted to go on vacation, but I'm holding back. I'm saving all this money. You reach this stage, you're watching this big fat bank account, but yet still you don't know how to go out and enjoy yourself. So, listening and hearing it from you from the heart, and they know, that yes, it can be done. And it can be done because this is our time on the third act stage to embrace the freedom we have, and to make the choices for us, for our happiness. That message came across very, very clear. And of course, to plan, because if we're not planning, we can't get it done. So thank you so much, for being our guest
My
and,
pleasure.
empowering our listeners. Yeah.
I do hope that they listen carefully, and I really hope, sometimes you don't expect everyone to gain, but there's just this one thing that I have said,
Yeah.
maybe that will light up in somebody's little mind, so I hope
I'm
I
sure
have
you
been
did.
able to do it in some way.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you that you had the confidence that I could come and just be what Ariane said.
DOT.
It's a chat. It's a chat. We have a little chat. You know what I mean?
And we had a little chat.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, Nancy.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
I really like, our tribe is so diverse. You had Joanne and now you have Nancy. Joanne is on her own, widowed and living free. Nancy has
Yeah.
responsibility for a parent. Nancy continues to work full time. But what I love is that Nancy is able to hold those boundaries and makes those decisions and take control of her financial resources to ensure that while everybody is happy, her mom is well taken care of, her life is not compromised. And that is
Yes.
something we don't know how to do.
I totally agree. And of course, I share Nancy's sentiments because we really, if we don't take care of ourselves now and put us first, we always talk about that, then when would we do it? Terry, and you did mention about a very close, family friend who died suddenly. Let us enjoy life, our life now. We don't know when that time will come. And don't make these sacrifices we made before, then it worked. But now, just enjoy yourself and be happy.
Definitely, definitely. So, as we leave, we're going to remind you, get your outfit. If you don't have a Afro themed outfit, bring wherever you have. It's quite okay.
Yeah, wear whatever. We just want you to come out and have fun.
But we'll tell you for all the games and all that, it's prizes, cash prizes, So do your best. Get a piece of cloth and tie a bow in your head, a pretty bow. And we are going to have a wonderful time on July 20th from 3 to 7. It's a party. And of course, if we want to go beyond, we can go beyond. It's your non-alcoholic beverages are included in the price. So you can come
and there's a paid bar. So for those who want to drink,
definitely. So take one more look at our ad and we'll see you next week when we talk more about food and then on the 28th. So bye.
Hi 5.8G Tribe, get ready for Connections 50 Plus Emancipation Gala. Yes, are you ready? Tarian, let's tell them all about it.
Definitely July 28th. We are back at the Cafe Blue. Oh, that beautiful location.
Yes.
It's convenient, it's accessible. And when we go to the Cafe Blue, it means vibes. But Jennifer, this time we having different vibes because we are partying.
We're partying from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. All about lots of vibes and party.
Yes, the DJ is going to be up on tune. And while we're partying, we want to make sure that we come out looking how? We had a lot of cuts. It's emancipation. So we want you to get the kit out. And Jennifer, what surprises we have in store for those who dress up and party?
Listen, we have enough course, lots of entertainment. And guess what? Prizes for all different type of things. Could do some African dance, model, sing, lots of fun. And guess what? I leave in Terrian to tell you all about the food.
Listen, this is a gala. It is emancipation. So it's not brunch. It is a 3-course meal, Afro and Caribbean inspired. And we know that the chefs at Cafe Blue could really deliver. So come out, expect some real authentic African food with the Caribbean flavor because we know emancipation is what created us to be in where we are. And we are going to have a ball. We are going to have live entertainment, music, dancing. And Jennifer, all of this.
Only $385. You know what? Listen to me. We always told them we get so much for your money. We continue to give you lots for that little bit of money. Yes.
Good. So put it on your calendars. July 28th, 3 to 7, we partying with Connections 50 Plus in our Emancipation Gala, which includes a 3-course dinner. And of course, non-alcoholic beverages will be free to you. And we are vibing, dressing up and looking great, having fun.
Coming out. So secure your tickets early. Give us a call, Jennifer, at 685-8834, or you can also call Terry-Ann.
682-9202. We're looking forward to vibing with you.
All right, see you there.
50 Plus Tribe and follow us from Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean.
Thank you for joining us on this Connections 50 Plus 5.8G Alive show.
We hope you enjoyed the lively conversation and look forward to seeing you next week.
Don't forget to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We really love getting your feedback. Bye for now.